Hey, this is Jared again, and this is my top 20 ongoing manga. This list was a lot harder than the completed manga because this list changes all the time. You know, ongoing has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's doing really well, and then suddenly a new arc starts that's just not as good. So this list will probably be different in just a couple months. It changes a lot. But I can show you what are my favorites right now. Just like the other one, I'm going to put timestamps for each reveal, so if you're in a rush you can skip ahead, though I hope you'll watch the whole thing. Alright, so number 20 on my top 20 ongoing manga is Terraformers. Terraformers is brand new, at least here in the US. This first volume alone made me put it on this list. It's really good. It's its own story, pretty much. It has a conclusion. It's left open, of course, so it can continue, but yeah, a whole arc in just one volume, and it's really suspenseful. Like, it reminds me a lot of Gantz, and that's a part of the reason why I like it. Basically, people have been trying to make Mars habitable. They started this project like in about our time, and then like I don't know, like 100 years later, finally we're ready to go check it out. And to make it habitable, they used like some sort of moss, and they used cockroaches. And this group is sent to Mars to pretty much wipe out the cockroaches that are still there, because apparently they've evolved. And they are nothing like they were expecting. They were expecting like just giant ugly cockroaches to kill, but they're not like that at all. And it's a really good story. There are a lot of people who don't like this series, saying it's just not well written and everything, and I can't really say if it is or not because I've only read one volume. Well, two volumes, but the second volume is all set up. Like, you can tell the second volume is just setting up the whole rest of the series with new characters and everything. And so I really don't know if it's going to pay off. I have to read volume 3 to be able to tell if it's good. So after reading volume 3, this will either still be on this list or I'll take it off. I'm hoping it stays on because so far I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, Terraformers. Number 19 is Ultimo. Ultimo is by the same author as Shaman King, and I love Shaman King. He also co-wrote it with Stan Lee of Marvel Comics, so that's pretty interesting. And I'm really liking it. The only problem is that it updates very slowly. Like, I get one volume a year probably. So whenever I get a new volume, instead of reading it, I decided to just hold on to it because someday I plan on going back and rereading it all. Because if I just start with a new volume, I'm not going to remember what the hell just happened. But it's basically just a story about good and evil. These robots represent good and evil, and they fight, and it's just a determination of what's better. There's more to it than that, but you know, it's kind of hard to explain. But it's a good series. I love the artwork. You know, I love the mangaka that made it. So I do recommend it, but I recommend holding off on actually reading it for a while until more come out. I think there's only like 9 volumes out right now. So yeah, Ultimo, number 19. Alright, let's see. Number 18 is a popular one, Soul Eater. I went a long time without reading Soul Eater because some people say it wasn't good, some did. And I read it, and I enjoy it. I can see why others might not. But it's a fun story, you know, nothing too deep. Just about Shinigami, you know, Reapers, and weapons, and it's really weird. Some of the main characters are actual weapons for Grim Reapers. And I know that sounds weird, but it's really enjoyable. And there's only about 25 volumes, and we've released about 20, 21 volumes here in the US. I know technically it's a completed manga, but I don't know, like, I haven't finished it, so that's why it's on my list. So it'll be off the list soon. But I enjoy it so far, and it's at the final arc, so it could end up in my top 20 completed manga, could not, depending on how it goes. But yeah, Soul Eater, number 18. Alright, number 17 is another well-known one, and that is D. Gray Man. D. Gray Man is about exorcists. But that's a very loose term because it's nothing like you think. But D. Gray Man's a good series. The only problem with it is that it keeps going on and off on hiatus. I think the author has like medical issues or something, so she, stops for a while. Right now it's on hiatus again, and there's no mention on if it's going to come back. So that really sucks. So, while it's a great series, I don't really recommend getting it until maybe they say they're going to continue it. But it's really good. It's well known. You've probably heard about it. So yeah, D. Gray Man. Alright. Let's see. So 16. 16 is Blood Lad. Blood Lad is, it started off as just a comedy, and now it's become a comedy action. And it's really lighthearted, and I enjoy it a lot. It's fun. The English releases released 2 in 1, so it's pretty thick volume. I enjoy it a lot. It's nothing special, but it's a fun, light read, and that's part of the reason why it's at this number on my list, just because I just have fun reading it. The plot's not too deep, the characters aren't like ones you'll remember for a long time, but it's overall good and enjoyable, and I really like it a lot. So, Bloodland. Alright. Number 15 now is another lighthearted one, and one probably every anime fan knows, and that is Lucky Star. In case you're wondering, Lucky Star was actually a manga first before the anime, and unlike the anime, the manga is still ongoing, but the company that releases it in English, Bandai, they're not releasing it anymore, so I'm hoping another company will pick it up. But about 8 volumes are out, and if you saw my other video, I really like Azumanga Daioh, and this is very similar because the chapters aren't normal. They're released kind of like comic strips, so it's another manga that you can pretty much pick up and just start anywhere and read it, Oh, that's the back, sorry. So, yeah, if you ever just want to sit down and skim through something real quick for a couple minutes, this is perfect. I love the characters. I love the anime. I wish they continued it, but it's just a fun read. So, Lucky Star, you should check it out. Alright. What number are we on now? 14, I think. 14 is probably the most popular anime going right now, and that is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, I started reading the manga first before the anime, and I was really enjoying the plot, and I'm glad that it got really popular once the anime came out. And I'm also sad that the anime kind of ended right when the series was getting interesting again, because there's kind of this lull for a little bit where nothing was really happening, but I think it's picking up now again. So there's really not much to talk about because everyone knows Attack on Titan. It's a good manga. The only negative I would say is that I'm not a big fan of the artwork. I don't really like the style that much, but that's just my own opinion. Well, actually all these are my own opinion, but still it's a good story and you should check it out. It's enjoyable. If you like the anime, and want to know what happens next, then just read the manga. So yeah, Attack on Titan. Alright, number 13 is also a popular one. It's actually number 1, I think, on most manga websites where you can read them online, and that is Fairy Tail. Now, Fairy Tail reminds me a lot of One Piece and Naruto and stuff like that, and it really is. It's a classic shonen. A lot of fun action and comedy. At first, I wasn't a big fan. I read 1 volume and then I didn't bother reading it. I just didn't like it. But then eventually I saw that a lot of volumes were released here in the US and a new volume was coming out each month, so I thought I might as well, start reading it. And I'm glad I did, because I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. The action's great. I like the characters. They're all funny. So it's a really good shonen. I recommend checking it out. Fairy Tail. Alright. Number 12. 12 is another very, very popular manga. And that is Bleach. I don't even think I have to explain Bleach. It's just sword fighting. I guess you could think of Dragon Ball with swords. Really, that's what I've heard it compared to. I mean, it is a lot different in other aspects, but it's a really good series. A lot of great action. This is what I was talking about, where mangas have their ups and downs. This series, there are some story arcs where I just did not enjoy them, and this one goes up and down on my list a lot. But as of right now, it's on its final arc, I think, and I'm enjoying it so far, so that's why it's this high up on my list now. Really good series. You should read it if you already haven't. I mean, a lot of people have. I'm not a fan of watching the anime of the big 3 because they're so damn long. So, and I hate filler. So I really recommend just reading it instead of watching it. So yeah, Bleach. Number 11 is a series I started just recently, and it's already number 11 on this list because I'm liking it a lot. And that is Toriko. Toriko is a shonen that's all about food. And man, does it do a good job of showing food. Even if I'm full, if I read a volume, I'm hungry again. It does such a great job at showing food. And it's very interesting how they mix fighting with food. So it's different, and that's what made me really like it. And each time they go on a new adventure for a new type of food, like, I'm excited because you don't know, what's coming. So it's really good in that aspect. It's like about 5 or 6 volumes ahead in Japan right now, and so it's still ongoing, and I hope it goes for a while because it's really good. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. Toriko, number 11, very good. And that's the first half of my top 20 ongoing manga. I'll try to finish the second half soon and upload it. I've also done a manga update video. I don't know if this will go up first or that, but look forward to that too. So yeah, thanks a lot.